Hey now, it's been a long time. I know, it's been, I think, like a month. Inactive. Long story short, job. Long story short, work and school. Long story short, work, school, and zero time to do anything. I might do a little bit more videos. I'll try to pump more out. I know definitely when summer comes around, expect a lot more stuff to come out as soon as possible. Right now, I want to do this video because I just saw this. I was looking down and I was watching this little video by the Young Turks. And I found out about this guy by the name of Bob Davis, who is a part of a show, I think it's Bob and Elmer in the morning, from Minnesota radio. And this guy fucking pisses me off. This guy makes me fucking sick. Absolutely sick. If you guys remember, I posted a video about gun control and how much I hate the NRA. And I sort of come off, there was a comment posted underneath, and I know it's a troll comment, but this is sort of the stereotypical philosophy of these gun nuts, where a guy commented under saying that you think your right to the First Amendment is less important than my right to own a gun? How dare you? And that's sort of the idea that Bob Davis pulls off here. He does probably the most disgraceful, disgusting, immoral, and pathetic things I've seen a man do in years. Especially a radio DJ. So let's take a look, or let's take a listen. I'll try to blast these babies up as loud as possible so you guys can hear every word that he says. So let's get to it. And I'll have the video, the audio at least, because it's just a black screen, the audio of it underneath in the description. So let's get to it.
This. If you guys want to put up, legislation, and here's the other thing that drives me crazy. They trot out the victims. And I have something I want to say to the victim.
Whoa. Hold on. Trot out the victims? I like the fact how Bob treats them like they're fucking dogs, like they're fucking horses. They trot out the victims. They're trotting them. Look at these victims. Look as they go and do a race. I mean, come on. Trot out? These motherfuckers suffered a fucking massacre, and you have the balls to say, well, they're just trotting out the victims. Oh, and I have a thing to say with them. Let's hear what he has to say.
Of Newtown or any other shooting. I don't care if it's here in Minneapolis or anyplace else. Just because a bad thing happened to you doesn't mean that you get to put a king in charge of my life.
Okay. This is where it starts to get a little bit annoying. What you're basically saying, Bob, is just because these people suffered a terrible massacre by a lunatic with a gun, they don't have the right to defend gun control. That's what you're saying? Oh, you're putting it in your exaggerated straw man bullshit argument, saying, oh, if they disagree with me, and just because you suffered an atrocity doesn't mean you have to have Adolf Hitler take away my guns. You fucking moron. You fucking moron. And it's going to get even worse later on. It's going to get a lot worse later on. Let's take a listen.
I'm sorry that you suffered a tragedy.
No, you don't, you fuck. If you realized you're sorry for suffering a tragedy, then don't make a fucking dipshit rant on your pathetic little fucking Minnesota radio, having the fucking brass balls to say, I'm sick of these victims being trotted out like they're horses. If you gave two shits about these fucking people, you wouldn't have the brass fucking balls to say, fuck them. You wouldn't have the brass balls to go out there and say, hey, you know what? Fuck the victims, they're scumbags. Ah, eat a dick. My guns are more important. You pathetic little shit. You little shit. I'm sorry that they died, but it's not important enough to take away my guns. No one's taking away your guns. Like, if you know anything, the bill that would have passed background checks, the most basic of gun control, got shut down. Why did it get shut down? By idiots like fucking Bob Davis, who is a fucking pathetic little NRA supporting cunt. We'll get more into that a little bit later.
But you know what? Deal with it and don't force me to lose my liberty, which is a greater tragedy than your loss.
I hope you heard that. I hope you all heard that. I want to make sure. I'm gonna see if they give all of the. All right, I'm gonna tell you this. This is Bob Davis, one half of the Minnesota radio duo Davis and Elmer in the Morning. If they had a number underneath here, I'd love to pull out the number. Go call them and fuck with them. Seriously. Just do it. Really? Like, to make this man's day miserable and to make his life miserable would make my day. To have the balls to say, I know you suffered an atrocity, but my right to carry around a 9mm is more important. What a dick. You fucking asshole. You're an asshole. You're a fucking asshole, Bob Davis. Suck this. Seriously. You legit just said, fuck the victims of Newtown. My right to carry a gun is more important than your child. My right to carry a gun is more important than the fact that your child died because of an asshole getting a gun. Because you're a fucking pathetic little right-wing Nazi. Because you're a fucking pedescule little fecal matter of a human being. Your fucking body mass is made out of shit. You scum. I can't even think of someone to say, I have no problem with children dying as long as my Second Amendment right is still intact. I can't think of one fucking person, can you? I can't. I can't think of a single fucking person.
I'm sick and tired of seeing these victims trotted out, given rides on Air Force One, hauled into the Senate well, and everyone is just afraid. They're terrified of these victims.
We're terrified? No, we feel sorry for them. Their child has just been riddled. Their children have just been riddled with fucking bullets, Bob. It's not that we're afraid. We're afraid. Oh my God, these victims. Oh my God. No. It's because they just lost their fucking... Their pride and joy has just been taken away from them. Their right to conceive has just been taken away from them by a fucking lunatic asshole with a fucking gun. And in response to that, what do? You defend the right-wing fucking lunatic with a fucking gun. Instead of defending the child. You make me sick. Absolutely fucking sick. And you know what? He's got me. He's caught me, because no one listens to radio anymore. He makes this outlandish, ridiculous statement on there. Now millions of people are going to listen to him. Maybe even thousands. Going to listen to this jack-off. I gave him, and I'm giving him publicity, but I don't want the right publicity. I want to make sure this motherfucker has his career fucking ended. Because this guy's a fucking scumbag. Who the fuck would say to the victims that your child's loss is less important than my right to carry around a deadly weapon in my pocket? Who has the balls? Oh wait, Wayne LaPierre of the NRA. Another fucking scumbag jack-off. Ted Nugent, another fucking jack-off. All of these fucking right-wing pundit dipshits. Fucking Chris Kyle, another jack-off. No rest in peace for you, fucker. This is just disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. My right to carry a gun is more important than your child. fuck off.
Would stand in front of them and tell them
they're being used.
Go to hell.
It's probably one of the worst political stunts you could do is to use.
And they fall for it every time.
Well, you know what? They're in a bad place, Bob.
I don't care.
I understand, but
they're in a bad place. I don't care. I don't care. I can't carry around my deadly machine gun. I don't care. Wah, wah, wah. Wah. How old are you, Bob? How old are you? From the image, you look like you're in your mid to late 30s, early 40s. Why are you acting like you're fucking 12? I don't care that they lost a child. I want the right to shoot things with a big machine gun. Which is what they say in the fucking Constitution. Which, by the way, they don't say in the Constitution. That's what I love so much about these Second Amendment lunatics. They don't even understand what the Constitution says. It doesn't give you the fucking right to carry around a massive gun. The Second Amendment gives you the right to fight against a corrupt government. By any means necessary. It doesn't mean you have the right to carry around a fucking gun and shoot things with it. Want to know which amendment gives you that right? The first. The first, yeah. Because buying a gun is a way of expression. Shooting that gun is a way of expression. You have the right to own that gun because that is the way you express yourself, which is under the First Amendment, not under the fucking Second. But no one fucking understands it because everyone's an idiot. Like Bob Davis here. Let's continue on.
You have to understand that these people may not realize till years later that they have been actually pawns of these political charades.
Elmer, what the fuck are you talking about? They're not being pawns. They know exactly what they're doing. They don't like the fact that idiots have the right to carry around a fucking pistol in their pocket, and then one day they go psycho and shoot people. Our military glorifies that fact. We give troops the right to carry their arms later on. You know, when they get out of service. And guess what? Guess what? A lot of those people are gang members. Where do they go back to? Their gangs. What do? They buy guns. What do they do with those guns? They kill people with them. They did it technically the legal way. We need to have background checks. We need to have background checks. I don't support banning guns. I don't support widespread banning of guns. I support background checks. I support treating the gun license like a car license because the right to own a gun is defended under the First Amendment. Not the second, you fuckwads. The first. And if somebody can't have the right to carry around a gun the legal way, use it for collection purposes, for hunting purposes, for sport, if they can't do that, then what? What's next? I can't read my books because some lunatic read Catcher in the Rye one time and fucking shot John Lennon? Oh, I can't watch movies because Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold were big fans of The Matrix, which, by the way, they weren't. I can't play video games because Cho Sung-Wee really liked Counter-Strike. I can't do all this stuff, which is all defended under the First Amendment. Just the same as guns. That's why I don't support the banning of guns. Why? But I do support gun control. Because guns, while you do have the right to own them, they are dangerous weapons. They aren't tools. They are tools. They aren't toys. They aren't for your little kids to carry around and play fucking cowboys and Indians with. These are things of destruction. These are items that kill and maim and murder and massacre. Treat them like that. Stop treating fucking guns like they're fucking playthings. We're not mature enough to own guns. Bob Davis is not mature enough to own a fucking gun. But we give him the right. Why? Because we can. We have to. It's under the First fucking Amendment. It's not literally in words, folks. Because that's what I'm going to get. Some guys like, it's not in the First Amendment. That's because it's not literally in the fucking First Amendment. Same reason why we, you know, the First Amendment doesn't defend fucking films. You don't read in the First Amendment, oh, wow, films aren't defended in the First Amendment, nor are video games. Then how come are they, what's this? It's because technically, film is speech. Video games are speech. The process of trading money for an item, that is speech in some way. Oh, I would like to have this lamp. Why would I have this lamp? Because I have the right to. Why? Why don't we ban people who buy Nazi flags? Because they have the right to. Why? Because it's under the First Amendment. They can express themselves that way. The same reason why people can own guns, because of the First Amendment. They buy it, it's in a way of expression. I don't support banning. And I just hate these fucking lunatic assholes who say if I don't get every little bit of freedom out of my gun, which almost all of them are being abused by lunatics who will kill many people, if I can't have them all, then we live in a dictatorship and I will kill and fight for them. I hate those fuckers. I don't hate the hunters. I don't hate the people who buy them for sport. I don't hate the people who buy them out of collection purposes. I hate the fucking assholes who want to put you in fear, who want to scare you half to death in order to buy a gun. The people who blame African Americans for crime, even though it's not their fault for crime. But they give them that blame so that you're in fear so that you can buy a gun. The same fucking assholes who blame video games instead of blaming the fact that everyone in the fucking country owns a gun and half of them are fucking lunatics. I hate those people. I don't hate people who own guns for sport. And that's something that needs to be clarified. I hate assholes like Bob Davis who think that their pathetic little right to carry around a firearm is more important than a child's life. Now, some people can point out the argument of, well, what about censoring people's vocabulary when it comes to bullying? That's a different story. Because the freedom of speech is more important, is way more important than any other amendment out there. And for you to say, I don't like it because I was offended by this one person for saying fuck. Not because they were bullied, but because they used the F word in front of that person. It's absolutely sickening. And it's disgusting. There is a difference. There's a difference between somebody wanting to censor the First Amendment and censor people's free speech because they're offended by vulgarity, and someone who wants to have legislation against guns because their child was killed by one. There's a huge difference there. One person's doing it because they're pissy and angry. The other person's doing it trying to save lives. And that's why people like Bob Davis make me sick. We still have a few. We have like 28 seconds. We have 23 seconds left. 22 seconds. Let's just watch the rest or hear the rest.
When it comes to issues like...
But someone has to tell them, listen, I realize you have a problem. I realize you are a victim. But that doesn't entitle you to take my liberty. Yeah. And why can't we just say this?
By the way...
Because that's not right. Bob. Because that's not what America's founded on. America was not founded on people turning to other people with problems and saying, I know you suffered a lot, but you're not taking away my fun. The United States was founded on helping society. Those people that created the 13 colonies, they didn't make it because they wanted a rich man's club, Bob. They made the 13 colonies because they were sick and tired of this one asshole in Britain who wanted to keep them down, who wanted to beat them like fucking dogs, who sent their armies over and said, hey, treat them like dogs. The reason why Woodrow Wilson and Teddy Roosevelt tried their best to turn this country a lot more progressive than capitalistic, which it was for a good amount of time during the Industrial Revolution, was not because Teddy Roosevelt and Woodrow Wilson looked at the workers, looked at the poor and said, well, I'm sorry you're suffering, but you have to work out your bootstraps because one day you'll become rich. No, they looked down there and said, this is absolutely sickening. I want to help these people out. There are women that are burning on fire, that are being lit on fire because of these fucking ill-equipped rooms, these ill-equipped sanctions, and I want them to be fixed. These people are dying in these fucking factories. I want them to be saved. Our country was not made on people backing down from problems and saying because of a loud minority telling people how to think and feel, I can't do anything. I can't touch the problem. It's been built on trying to save. It's built on trying to protect. Big government is necessary in some instances. It's not necessarily in others. In this instance, background checks must be needed with guns. And for assholes like Bob Davis, who want to basically boil this down to, I'm sorry for your loss, but I'm not sorry because I want to carry around my PP90, it sickens me. And it makes me want to fucking kill myself. It makes me want to fucking move to Canada. It makes me want to even move to fucking Mexico. Because even though I might be killed by a cartel in fucking 5 seconds I show up there, at least I'm not in the same fucking country as Bob Davis. I'm done here. That's the video. I'm not going to watch the rest. There's like fucking... It's like 11 seconds left, and it's probably just going to be, that's it. I'm done. Have a good day, folks. This is probably a long video. Me rambling and raving like an asshole. And I do apologize. So, catch you later.